A girl from my homeland. What we long for is sometimes right beside us waiting. Unnoticed, is it perhaps our ill-fated luck, a destiny written upon us, or merely our own negligence that we do not recognize it until it slips away? How beautiful is the longing for one's homeland with all its memories, all its simplicity. To recall the days of childhood and growing up, there is a sentiment beyond words. The homeland is much like the girl we rejoice when she rejoices, and we grieve when she grieves. A living example of this is Noor, a beautiful young woman in the prime of her life who has recently graduated from pharmacy school. Noor works diligently and passionately every day, never showing signs of weariness or complaint. She lives her life with quiet joy. Though her heart carries a deep sadness, perhaps a longing for a homeland she did not get to see as often as she wished. Noor has spent most of her life in exile, so much so that estrangement has become part of her being. She is a beautiful young woman with a charming smile and mesmerizing eyes. Her face, soft and innocent, radiates purity and shyness. Her elegance is understated, marked with a subtle pride. She is strong, yet gracefully feminine. Her kindness and respect for others are rare qualities in today's world. Her clothing reflects her refined taste and graceful character. One day in April, a young man named Kamal walked into the pharmacy where Noor works. Kamal was a handsome, talkative man, always smiling and polite. He spoke with thoughtful clarity and loved life without complaints or bitterness. He was cultured, educated, and optimistic by nature. When Kamal saw Noor in the pharmacy, something strange happened, something like a beautiful dream unfolding in a bitter reality. He paused, mesmerized, staring into her face as if he had just seen a radiant light shining from her features. At that moment, their eyes met in a rare and surreal moment, something that could only be described as madness. In Noor's face, Kamal saw the beauty of his homeland. He inhaled the scent of his land in the fragrance she wore. He saw the essence of his city in the magic of her eyes. Her glowing face spoke volumes without uttering a word, and her soft voice was like timeless music to his ears. Her presence resembled a blooming garden, and her enchanting smile outshone every face he had ever seen. Their conversation was brief, revolving around a medicine for Kamal's mother, who had a cold, yet what touched Kamal the most was Noor's deep concern for his mother, as though she were her own. Kamal, though physically present, drifted far in thought. His mind wandered, and his imagination took him 10 years back to the days when he was studying in his homeland, living with his siblings, sleeping in his childhood bed, and sharing laughter with his friends. Noor's beautiful face was the embodiment of his homeland. Despite the years he had spent in exile, Kamal had never forgotten his country. It was rooted deeply in his heart, accompanying him even in his dreams. Kamal began visiting the pharmacy regularly, just to see Noor. He had never liked pharmacies, but something had changed. Kamal had fallen for Noor. Yes, he loved her with all her magical beauty, her impeccable elegance, her delightful humor, and her charming kindness. He loved her as he loved his homeland. Noor had become his homeland, one that felt increasingly out of reach. In exile, we remember our homeland and yearn for its embrace. Love for one's homeland is sacred. Kamal was a man of deep emotion and sensitivity, carrying within him a well of feelings. The shock Kamal felt was overwhelming when he learned that Noor was engaged, yet he could not bring himself to believe it. To him, Noor was his lost homeland. How could he move on from such love? In Noor, he saw his homeland, and now both had slipped away. All that remained for Kamal was to live on memories of a homeland he loved dearly.